Hey guys, time for a summer update from my shop, Vintage Iron Garage. Haven't made many videos lately, but here's what's going on. So first thing, I've been working on this little riding mower for my dad. I picked this up cheap, the engine was blown. I put it back together, I put a new rod in it, fixed the block. Seems like it has more issues though, so we'll see. Still a work in progress. My 1963 MTD Lawn Flight, it's coming along. Again, a work in progress. I'm not really restoring it, just kind of fixing it up and putting it back together. Right now I've got the deck spindle assembly out of it. Rebuilt it, sort of, well, refurbished it. And been doing a lot of other work to it, so hopefully I get that done this year. That'd be nice to have this thing capable of cutting grass again. And this would actually be the mower deck for it. Still got the old Malibu. Still got that 305 V8 I put in it out of a 86 Monte Carlo. The high output 305 that everybody loves so much. And the old Blazer's there, and my Beamer is there. That's all that's going on automotive wise. Haven't been doing much to any of them. This is going to get possibly a cam and lifters. I gotta play around with the lifters, see if I can get the noise out of them first. If I can do that, I'll do that. And I've got I got a nice chrome air cleaner and aluminum valve covers on the Blazer. I'm gonna swap onto this because this engine deserves them more and suits this engine better than the stock 305 that's in that. And there's a set of valve covers that I will swap onto the Blazer, quite possibly. They're a little banged up, but they seem pretty straight and they didn't leak on the motor I pulled them off, so hopefully they'll work out okay. So this old stick welder I have, it's an AC/DC stick welder. I use it mostly for stick, but because it has the DC function, I also like to dabble around and use it for TIG. I've got the argon bottle, and I've got the TIG torch and stuff here. And anyways, it's acting up lately. The arc is very inconsistent. It kind of pulses, and it does it on AC and DC. It's less noticeable on DC, but it is doing it on both settings. And so I pulled it apart. Didn't really notice anything out of the ordinary except the back of the main transformer. Here, let me grab a light. There, if we look at the back of the transformer, it's almost like got some, not really burning, but maybe something's melting. And it actually looks like varnish dripping, but there's no varnish on this coil. So that makes me think that the enamel coating is burning off or something and it's shorting out. I really don't know. But maybe that's what's happening. I have to look into this further. I might need an electrical expert to take a look, or at least consult with. But yeah, there's no varnish or anything on this coil, so I'm not sure what that is. And this 305 motor out of my 78 Blazer, this is the original engine, still sitting here waiting for a rebuild. I got all the parts for it, but, well, time and, necessity. I don't need it rebuilt right now, so it's just sitting. Be a nice rainy day project at some point. And one thing I'm thinking of, I'll mention, I said my shop is called Vintage Iron Garage, so this is sort of the front entrance as you walk in. I got a little display here, but keep an eye out in the near future. I'm probably going to change the name of this channel to Vintage Iron Garage. I'm going to make a few changes, try and get some better quality videos and stuff out, so keep an eye out. I got plans, we'll see if they pan out or not. The machine shop is just as it always is. Basically a constant state of chaos, more or less. I have some stuff for the 63 MTD here. So there's the spindle assembly I've been working on. There's the shaft. Here's some brackets I'm replicating. Needed 2 more for the front of the rear axle, like this guy. this thing's working. I just need to finalize the wiring inside this box, and it actually works now. Might get a chance to use it soon. Working on this one. I'm going to end up modifying the pallet forks for one. The way I originally did them, they come up about maybe a foot, 10 inches, something like that. Whereas all that does is lower the overall height that your forks can end up, reaching up to. There's no benefit. It actually puts the weight out further as well than if these arms could come all the way down. So I'm going to modify it so they can come down. They'll be level with the forks, and they can reach a little bit higher as well. I've got a front end bucket for this too. And so I'm working on the rear tire. It was leaking. I had it filled with sodium chloride. I've taken most of that out. Got to get the tube out and put the new tube in, which I bought today. And hopefully that'll fix it. There's the salt water I had in it. Worked really well, but it corroded the valve stem. So probably no point in really using that again. I'm going to fill it up with washer fluid this time. And this thing's going to get a paint job too. I'm going to paint it up red. Sort of Craftsman red, maybe. We'll see. That's the plan anyway. Red like the tractor that's in there right now. And this would be my engine shed. That's what I call it. So there's that little tractor, rat rod snow tractor I built. It's physically done. It runs and drives. I did end up fixing the gear ratio problem with it. It's slower now, but it's fine for while I've got this, whatever that is, a 4-horse engine or something in it. The front tires hit right here, so I got to move those back a little bit. But other than that, it's running and driving. No updates on this bike. Got a bunch of cool old engines under here. That's going to go on a generator, this old Wisconsin. That's a generator there that I took the Subaru motor off and modified the Honda clone Power Fist engine to fit. There's another old Briggs generator. And that generator there, when I got it, it had this engine on it. And I swapped them out because this one, the guy told me it had no power and it was no good, had a valve issue or something. And so I put this little Clinton on it, and it's a 2-horse, and it works. It's a little underpowered though for the generating unit. But I think after I thought about this engine has the governor disabled, so I'm actually thinking that was the problem. So my plan is to actually put it back together with the big Wisconsin engine and eventually use that little Clinton on a small mini bike. That's what I'd like to do, a vintage mini bike with the old Clinton. Be kind of neat. Got my tiller, my snowblower, some tires. Here's another old Briggs engine. All kinds of spare parts and stuff. Spare motors. So yeah, this is the engine shed. That's about it. So it's a beautiful, over 100 degrees Fahrenheit out summer day. The trees just giving me a bit of shade. So in closing, as you can see, I've got a lot of projects on the go. I've been busy filming. I try to do, it often doesn't work out, but I got some videos in the works. We'll see if I can get them out to you guys. And that's about it. Thanks for watching, and as always, from Vintage Iron Garage. Till next time. Old Bonesy's gonna keep an eye out on the shop for me.